Travis Wayne Goodsell. Last night, as I was going to bed, I was inspired for this morning's video. It is not for Mormons. It is not my usual video. It is directly for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Prophets, as Nelson is the leader. And this morning, as I checked the skies in the heavens, I now know why. Apparently, I am required to say the Captain Obvious words. And so we'll say this right at the first. Thus saith the Lord, let my people go. Got a lot of stuff to cover, so I'm just going to read through it. Yesterday, internet was fine. No shutdowns. What a surprise. This morning, however, I don't know if it's the new modem I got yesterday, but we'll see. I don't have them in order. I just wrote it all out as inspired, so bear with me. Your Thursday meeting resulted in silence, except for the announcement of the primary 9 who are going to join your council. No. God requires priesthood office for women. The priesthood of Ammon for women. That's not enough. That is not sufficient voice for women. But I did find it amusing, as those 3 are not the 3 from the GIF I saw, as I reported in yesterday's video. This is your last offer. This is not the psycho stages of grief where you bargain. I have the upper hand, even though you don't know it and don't believe it. This is your last offer to sign over the church to me. You got the judges to violate the law on your behalf, as they were all compromised to you. Again, the warning message that I was instructed to give the words of stands. I have already done the Elijah battle with one of your priests of Baal. Remember that video? I know you're watching my videos. I know you're listening to this one. And you know I know you know. Well, your minion, Governor Cox, has said that we have water for this year, we don't have water for next year. Like I said in the video yesterday, it's gonna get worse. I have warned in video exposing your threat to Utah through the government and through the University of Utah director. I got the insider information. And now we know that that threat is the purposeful cause of the rise of the Corona Delta variant, among the other things with the drought and financial struggles that will come, far worse than what we're getting. I exposed it. You have been found guilty of promoting and lifting up idols for the Mormons. The 3 million approximate that are still loyalists, they believe you to their death as you are murdering them. The mission president in Bolivia, his blood is on your hands. I have been following the scriptural Moses example. You have followed Pharaoh. I put out the call for everyone to stay home until the coronavirus passed over this people. You, however, said it was taking away agency and demanded that the churches be opened up again and your businesses be opened up again so that you can make that $6 billion from the Mormon tithing off of their deaths and suffering and misery. You have practiced priestcraft. You have murdered to get gain. You have neglected the poor and the needy, the sick and the afflicted. Mormons are brainwashed by you. Those 3 million remaining. They believe whatever you tell them, and like I said, they will die when you give the order. It's ridiculously stupid of them, but nonetheless, that's how loyal they are to you. Step down. You do not have the keys of Moses. You are not prophets. You are not seers. You are not revelators. And yeah, we all know you're not translators. You have not prophesied of the latter days. You have told Mormons that it's all a hoax, that it's not here. You are not seers. You lie about church history. You lie about the future of the church. You are not revelators. You deny the signs in the heavens that have been happening this whole time. And then the translators, oh my God. Now, obviously, you don't believe I'm a threat. And so, why are you attacking me? Makes no sense. You don't attack John Dehlin or any of the other popular ex-Mormons. You don't shut down their views. And so, why not release me from my bondage? Can't you do it? Why me over them? Restore my views on YouTube. restore my website, restore my Amazon account. Yeah, you can't do it, can you? Like I said, last warning. Let's see. In handing over the church, I will not be subject to your corruption and your fraud. All of the legal responsibilities stay with you guys. Membership records will be destroyed, as it will be a new organization. And at first I was thinking I was going to put this over the pictures, but I will have text with the pictures. But I'm going to read this to you, or read from it. It's from the book of the name of God. It's technically the First Kings. First Samuel chapter 17, starting in verse 12. Now David was the son of that Ephrathite of Bethlehem, Judah. And when the words were heard which David spake, they rehearsed them before Saul. I didn't skip down, there it is. And he sent for him. And David said unto Saul, Thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear, and took a lamb out of the flock, and I went after him, and smote him. Notice singular, even though there is both a lion and a bear. He's talking about the lion, but then throws in the bear, and delivered it out of his mouth. So when you see the pictures, you know exactly what that means. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard, and smote him, and slew him. Obviously, I'm not talking about me, though we could settle this one-on-one, but I doubt you'd do that. You hire people, ordering them to assassinate me instead. No, God's fighting this battle this time. This is why I was inspired to give you this warning. Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear. So yes, signs in the heavens today. In the belly of Aquarius. Shall we go over section 85 again for you, which you purposely had that woman miss in her article? And it shall come to pass that I, the Lord God, will send one mighty and strong, holding the scepter of power in his hand. Moses' staff had a serpent on it, like a cobra. Covered with light for a covering, whose mouth shall utter words, eternal words, while his bowels shall be a fountain of truth. Aquarius. To set in order the house of God. My popular videos are that of you messing up the temple, further than what Brigham Young messed it up as. You are descended from those who have murdered Joseph and Hiram and fled the country to the Salt Lake Valley. So while that man, you're listening, who purposely had this skipped, who was called of God and appointed, that putteth forth his hand to steady the ark of God, shall fall by the shaft of death, like as a tree that is smitten by the vivid shaft of lightning. Amos 3:7. And of course, the redemption of Zion must needs come by power. Therefore I will raise up unto my people, whom you must let go, a man who shall lead them like as Moses led the children of Israel, not let God prevail. Dear God, you suck at translation. Israel is the Prince of God, the Son Yah, Moses of the latter days. For ye are the children of Israel and of the seed of Abraham, and must be led out of bondage by power with an stretched out arm. And as your fathers were led at first, even so shall the redemption of Zion be. You only claim the keys of Peter, James, and John for missionary work as your authority. You claim that Joseph Smith's history was history. You have lied and deceived this people. Last opportunity, not chance. As I was putting in the text, I realized I didn't give you a time frame, which seems necessary because otherwise you might think it's today. You missed doing the right thing yesterday in your meeting. And from what I'm being instructed, you don't have time to wait till the next one, next week. Besides, you're going to be too busy prepping for your parade, aren't you? So I would highly recommend you get everybody back from their trips that you assigned them to, if you did. And you have a special meeting